What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me.
To us, it would now be 4 days ago. We might even be on day 5. That Floyd Mayweather is being held in Dubai.
I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a professional boxer once mentored by Mayweather, spoke out about his former advisor's impulsive generosity. Davis recounted instances where Mayweather bought extravagant gifts, like houses and luxury vehicles, without fully understanding what he was spending on. These careless purchases highlight not only Mayweather's urge to display his wealth, but also raise concerns about his financial decision-making.
Like, how did he give you his first piece?
He gave me a Rolex. I think a plane. I didn't even know what Rolex was. He bought me a damn Cuban. That probably was like 100 grand.
Right.
He bought me a lot. He bought me a car. He got me in a house. He did a lot. He did a lot before I even was signed.
Mayweather's love for excess goes far beyond giving personal presents. His dramatic entrance into Mexico aboard a tank shows his craving for attention through extravagant displays. While some may dismiss these antics as mere showmanship, they suggest a deeper issue, a constant drive to flaunt his riches regardless of the cost. In today's digital age, Mayweather ensures his spending isn't just a private indulgence but a public spectacle. He frequently shares videos of his latest acquisitions, from designer watches to high-end vehicles, seeking validation from his audience. This behavior points to a hidden vulnerability masked by luxury, where the value of his possessions is based not on personal satisfaction but on social approval.
The money man is back. I'm here in New York City with the one and only Benny the jeweler. Benny, tell the people what you sold here today.
All right. You see what's going on? We got the Eye of the Tiger factory on a full pave bracelet.
And tell the people about this, please.
We got the white tag with it too.
That's an extra 20,000 from what he told me.
Yes, sir.
Money made, and y'all know the rest. Benny, talk to him.
You know what's going on. Big money out here. Big factory out here. And we got more shit on the way. Stay tuned.
Let's go.
The dynamic between Mayweather and Davis has been strained, with Davis revealing controlling tendencies from his former mentor. He described feeling exploited and misrepresented by Mayweather, uncovering a toxic relationship fueled by dominance and control. This desire to exert power even stretches into financial territory, where grandiose gifts appear more like tools of manipulation than genuine acts of kindness. Such patterns not only harm personal relationships, but also reflect financial choices driven more by pride than wisdom.
What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me.
Yeah.
And I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's been, I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
this
it.
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
It's exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Take no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come.
Speculation has surfaced about Mayweather facing money problems, with Davis alleging that the boxing legend was once detained in Dubai over unpaid debts tied to jewelry. If accurate, this paints a concerning picture of someone living beyond their means, accumulating liabilities that are difficult to sell. This reality clashes with the wealthy image Mayweather tries to project, casting doubt on the actual state of his finances.
Speechless if this is true, but Floyd Mayweather supposedly is held hostage in Dubai. Gervonta Davis suggested this, who I believe is signed under Floyd Mayweather. Then Floyd responded back of posting a video of Tank dancing on his IG, saying, "We always knew he had sugar in the tank." Like, actually, that's insane posting this online. I'm not even kidding. And then Tank went on his IG story to say this.
Yo, them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia.
And Floyd responded back saying he should fight Shakur instead. I have no clue what is going on with this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes people money and he's hiding in Dubai. I'm actually speechless if any of that is remotely true, but I kind of can see that coming. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, said that Floyd is actually broke. And the low-key might be true, but we'll see what happens.
Additional reports suggest Mayweather has a habit of not paying for high-end merchandise in Dubai, creating friction with vendors and creditors. This pattern of acquiring luxury goods without settling the bill reflects a careless approach to money management. Relying on credit and deferred payments is a risky path, even for someone with his past earnings, and could eventually lead to financial ruin.
Tank's come out with a bit of a mad statement, and he said that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai because he owes people money and he can't pay them, or won't pay them, one or the other. Before I carry on, please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Now for me, the idea that one of the richest men in the world cannot pay somebody in Dubai is a bit mad. However, Tank Davis has come out and said ask Floyd to go live right now, and he can't. Which is a fair point, and knowing how Mayweather's ego is, if it was possible for him to go live, he would be responding to this straight off the bat. Now that being said, it wasn't that long ago since we saw that video call between him and Bill Haney on the internet. So whether this is true or not, I do not know. This could just be Tank throwing shots at Floyd Mayweather, because I know that relationship has been a little bit ropey in the last few years. But you never know. Especially with somebody like Mayweather, who sometimes comes across with a bit of a god complex. Maybe he's just tried to screw in the wrong people. But let me know what you guys think to this. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai? Or do you think this is just Tank Davis stirring up some stuff? Let me know in the comments. As always, like, favourite, save a share, all appreciated. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Peace out.
Mayweather's insecurity becomes even more evident in his behavior toward rising fighters like Davis. He's publicly claimed that Davis will never become a pay-per-view attraction, undermining his prodigy's potential. This reluctance to let others shine reveals a fear of being overshadowed, which damages his relationships and tarnishes his legacy.
My era had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
I truly believe at this particular time, he's one of the guys that can go out there and become a pay-per-view star. I think to become a superstar in this era is a lot easier than the road I had to take over 20 years ago.
You had the hard road. It's
Yes.
the social media now. The access that people have to your videos and what you're doing. You can promote yourself how you want now.
Yes. So, you know, in today's time, you have celebrities and stars that I may never even heard of, but they're rich off of social media. So times have changed, and you have to be able to change with the time.
Davis has also noted Mayweather's resistance to letting any fighter surpass his legacy. This ego-driven mindset stifles emerging talent and unveils deep-seated insecurity. By trying to keep others beneath him, Mayweather exposes a fragile self-image that all the money in the world can't conceal. In the long run, this approach isolates him both professionally and personally.
Mayweather set you up against the driver. Did he really keep a driver? He didn't know how good I was and how I would have handled the situation, so he just threw me out there. Type shit. He was hurt. He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt. He was just bad. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the fuck would you say Terrence Crawford should fight? gonna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. You don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you. You don't never.
Is there like a
last question, guys?
is there like a love-hate quality? Like,
Yeah.
fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that, and it just I don't know.
Mayweather's fight with Conor McGregor was touted as a massive payday, with claims he earned $100 million. However, various sources suggest those numbers were significantly inflated, casting doubt on his supposed billionaire status. This tendency to exaggerate earnings reflects a desire to maintain a picture of unmatched success, even if it means stretching the truth.
What's the biggest fight you've ever had? Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever.
What did that gross?
It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy.
Yeah. So that worked out okay.
It did.
Upon further scrutiny, Mayweather's real earnings fall short of his claims. For example, some of his reported $350 million fight purses were actually closer to $60 million. This consistent overstatement brings his actual wealth into question and hints at a facade maintained purely to support his public image.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
You know, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Analysts like Charles Sonnen have observed that Mayweather's continued participation in exhibition matches seems more out of necessity than passion. After possibly burning through a large portion of his fortune, these events now function as a means to sustain his lavish lifestyle, depending on unpredictable income sources like this show's poor financial planning.
First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a flight. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete over Christian Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is.
So if you had to guess, what do you think's the most Floyd ever made in a fight?
Oh, I think that Floyd's he's probably made about 60 million before in one night, but no, 100 million, 130 million. They just didn't have. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because they needed the money.
Do you think he blew through all of his money?
I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about 100 million. People think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you he didn't. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one night.
Sonnen didn't mince words when discussing Mayweather's financial decline. While most focus on how much Mayweather made in the ring, Sonnen pointed to how much he burned through outside of it. According to him, the issue isn't low income, it's reckless spending, as if the money would never dry up. Now that exhibition bouts are his main source of income, it's evident they're not about passion or legacy anymore. They're about survival. The shift from chasing belts to covering expenses says it all for someone who once called himself money.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
Mayweather didn't just blow through cash. He allegedly made some of it through shady deals and half-baked promotions. He's been accused of taking fans' money for events or products that never came to life. A viral TikTok exposed how Mayweather's image is built more on illusion than substance, leaning on hype rather than authenticity. From missing scheduled appearances to disappearing promotions, his brand seems more focused on drawing in fans than earning lasting trust. And then there's his endless need to flaunt. He doesn't just buy things, he stockpiles them and showcases every single one online. With garages full of cars and rooms overflowing with luxury items, the lifestyle screams overindulgence.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been paid over $1 billion through his career. What are the craziest ways that he spent it? Let's start with the ice. Dude has almost everything diamond crusted, from his plates and silverware to the case for his gold iPhone to his $18 million watch nicknamed the Billionaire. Moving on, apparently Mayweather also loves golf, or probably just golfing around courses. Dude owns a pair of Cadillac and Bentley golf carts, worth over $500,000 together. Then there's his barber, who makes house calls 3 to 4 times a week, each visit costing money a clean $1,000. And it gets even crazier. Apparently, Floyd never uses the same pair of boxers twice, and he'll leave all of his kicks at hotels he stays at as gifts to staff. But the scary thing, none of this comes close to the dude's gambling habit. Floyd reportedly dropped over $6 million on the Heat in Game 7 of the 2013 Finals. Thankfully, LeBron came through for him, and that's just a slice of the money life of Money Mayweather.
But it also screams desperation. His flashy video tours feel less like celebrations and more like cries for attention. What's more, he rarely even uses these items. They're not functional. They're ornamental, existing solely to impress.
I love sneakers. I don't know about nobody else, but Money May loves his sneakers. As you can see, I got them stacked all the way up to the top. And I gotta let people know it's sneakers in every box. I ain't stacking just a bunch of boxes. Bunch of sneakers. You know how we do. Wear these one time only. What's the game? Jenga? Jenga? I don't know the name of it. Let's stack it. Let's go. You know, it's dangerous up here. It don't look high, but it's high. Let's stack.
In one of his recent brags, Mayweather claimed to own over 100 luxury cars. Ferraris, Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, you name it. But what's the point if they just sit unused, collecting dust? It's not about driving. It's about validation. It almost feels like he's trying to reassure himself that he's still at the top. But anyone really watching can see the reality. He's holding on to an illusion, trying to maintain a lifestyle that may no longer be financially sustainable.
Got options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
That wraps up today's video. Stick around for more.